There are only 2 episodes to go until the grand spectacle that is WrestleMania 2, and NLW look to be imploding. As if anything was to go by last week on Metal, CM Punk and Triple H fighting at the end of the program, it sent shockwaves throughout the company, and the NWO were left smiling, smug, on the top of the rampway. And I cannot believe that this is actually happening so close to WrestleMania, and I hope they sort something out tonight. But Dean Ambrose is going to go one-on-one with Shawn Michaels in a huge matchup, partly overshadowed by what's going on in recent weeks. However, Dean Ambrose making his NLW debut, and he's going to debut against none other than the Heartbreak Kid, the NWO Shawn Michaels. And we mentioned the chaos that took place on Metal. Well, CM Punk and Triple H, they're going to fight. For God's sake, guys, I don't know what's going on. It must be the commissioners doing or something. But are they going to get out of their system? They're going to go one-on-one. It's our main event tonight. CM Punk versus Triple H. Both members of Team NLW, and oh my God. Oh no, here comes Triple H himself.
I'm done! Get your ass to this ring right now!
Oh, we're not even going to wait until the main event. Well, Jeff Hardy and Chris Jericho are out here because they're scheduled to have a tag team match against Seth Rollins and the Big Show to kick off the evening, but apparently the conflict between CM Punk and Triple H starting off the show, and CM Punk took exception to the fact that Triple H arrived late on Metal, thinking he was better than everyone else. And well, they obviously had their differences. Triple H accidentally striking Punk on Metal, but what's he got to say?
Well, here we are, Hunter, the big final showdown between me and you, and I don't want to speak for you, but I'm fascinated at the fact that the entire world is watching, and they're waiting, and they're wondering exactly what you and me are going to say to each other. So if you don't mind, I'll go ahead, I'll start. I respect you, but just because I respect you doesn't mean I like you. And I know that that doesn't matter to you because you don't like me. I've known that since day one, and I know that because people like to talk. People tell me all the horrible little things you say behind my back. I also know this because I'm a great judge of character, and I can tell it's all over your face. Every time me and you are in a room together, when we share a ring together, anytime we have to have a conversation, your skin just crawls. You don't like me. I think when I first got here, you referred to me as a pompous, undersized internet darling that couldn't hang with the likes of the mighty Triple H. The fact that your perception of me has only changed a little bit, that's not good enough. Just like it's not good enough that nothing around here has changed. You stand still and let all of this pass you by.
See, you're worried about my opinion all the time. You don't need to worry about my opinion. My opinion doesn't matter. Their opinion does. I am Punk, and that's today, and that's where you've changed my opinion. You see, it's the first 6 years that you bitch about incessantly where you didn't get that reaction, but yet you thought for some reason you were being held back. You see, it's not about my opinion, it's about theirs. You want to be a star? All you have to do is get over with them. Those people, when you get them on your side, will come in droves to see you, Punk. And when they do, you'll get everything you ever wanted out of this business. You won't have to go and make phone calls and beg and plead to be on the cup at 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven will call us and demand that you're on it.
So we're listening to the audience today, just today, is that right? We're listening to what they want? And spare me the imaginary brass ring speech because I've heard dozens and dozens of them over the years. I don't play games. What you see with me is what you get. And I would much rather be hated for what I am than loved for something that I'm not.
Smitey, heroic of you. So are you going to tell me all this time you've not had opportunities? Is that what this is all about, right? Let me see, pay-per-views, main events, Money in the Bank, multiple world championships. You know, those sound like a lot of opportunities to me, Punk. I don't know, maybe at some point in time you have to look in the mirror and look at yourself. Stop blaming everybody else and saying, I don't know, maybe you're not as good as you thought you were. Maybe you're not the best in the world. That's how you get over in this business. Whether it's your warped internet philosophy, if that doesn't match for you, that's a fact. That's how you get over in this business. But this is not about business. This is going around in a circle here. This is about me and you. And this isn't business. It's personal. You made it personal. I tried to keep it business. You made it into a personal issue. You were going to step into the ring with me. Quite frankly and quite simply, just a man. A man you insulted and a man that is going to kick your ass.
Well, la-dee-da. We can just add that little chestnut on top of all the other things you're dead wrong about. I am the best in the world. I'm going to kick your ass, and at the end of the night, I'm going to pin you. 1, 2, 3 in the center of the ring. I'm going to make you go to sleep because my quest for change, it doesn't stop.
It's not a popularity contest, guys. You're going to have to fight for NLW and...
Man, oh
Jesus
man,
Christ.
is this situation tense. My God. Oh, you just don't get it, do you? You don't understand what this is doing for us. This is amazing for us. As the NWO going into WrestleMania, it's just fantastic to see you two beating the hell out of each other. And remember, folks, the main event of WrestleMania isn't Triple H versus CM Punk, despite what they'd like you to think. It is actually the NWO versus NLW. But the main event of tonight is Triple H versus CM Punk, and the two of those guys are going to be tearing the hell out of each other later tonight. And the NWO are going to be in the back with popcorn, feet up, resting, and just enjoying the moment. And what if you are so gullible to think that after tonight you're just going to put your differences aside? I don't know what to tell you. You're thick as pig shit, quite frankly. How can you not understand that your two inflated egos are so huge that you're forgetting that you've got to fight for NLW, not for yourselves? That's why the NWO has been so successful. It's because of the fact we're a cohesive unit. Unity, that is the key word there. What do you see in the ring there? Certainly isn't unity. I'd call it a clusterfuck. Now I'd like you two to leave for now because we've got a tag team match up here. And speaking of massive matches between NLW and NWO, Dean Ambrose, that's right, that damn lunatic is going to find out tonight at the hands of the heartbreaking Shawn Michaels what happens when you mess with us. And before you leave, now that I've got you out here, I'd just like to say, anyone who thinks John Cena's going to make a miraculous recovery for WrestleMania with 2 broken arms and 2 broken legs and an electrocuted spine, you've done more than I had you credit for. Thank you.
Well, I never usually agree with the commissioner, but tonight I've got to agree with him. They've got to put their differences aside, because the NWO, they fight for each other. And it's not a popularity contest, this is NLW, guys, and the tag team match is up next. Someone once said, some people think that to be strong is to never feel pain. In reality, the strongest people are the ones who feel it, understand it, and accept it. And speaking of pain, oh my God! Have you ever seen anything like this? We have a new champion! What the hell are we witnessing? This is WrestleMania, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to NLW. This tag team matchup in progress. Y2J and Jeff Hardy taking on the Big Show and Seth Rollins of the NWO.
And that was a hell of a chop to the chest right there, wasn't it?
Well, if you can't tell already, the commissioner's with me, and now Hardy goes in midair, but he's caught out.
Oh my days! I'm sorry, I was taken away from the match for a second there. Did you see the way he just caught him and dropped him?
Well, yeah, that could be you at WrestleMania if you're not careful.
That's not going to be me at WrestleMania, my friend. I'm just happy at the moment. I'm seeing your team self-implode.
Well, we'll see whether or not that happens.
Well, it happened earlier tonight, didn't it?
Well, it didn't. It happened on metal. And look at that! What agility by Rollins to land on his feet, but it wasn't enough, and oh, for God's sake.
What do you mean, for God's sake?
Well, the Big Show getting involved. He's not even the legal man, and now he is.
You're damn right now he is, and look at this. I mean, the laughing mood, that was hilarious. You see the way he just picked him up and threw him to the mat?
Well, he is certainly the powerhouse of the NWO.
You're forgetting Kevin Nash as well, and in all respects, Shawn Michaels is a great athlete as well, and there you see.
Seth Rollins choking out Chris Jericho at the moment, and the NWO reeling from the fact that Triple H and CM Punk are at odds, but it doesn't look like Hardy and Y2J are at odds at the moment.
But they're not working well as a team.
Well, they might do. Hardy just needs to make the tag. Oh, but Big Show in to stomp him in the back. And when you got 300 pounds...
400 pounds, in fact. Let me correct you there. 400 pounds on your back. That's not fun.
And this isn't fun for Chris Jericho either. Rollins on the top rope, goes for the knee, and here's the Big Show instead.
Oh my lord, no.
And now Hardy's a legal man, he's tagged in. And Rollins has no idea what to make of what the situation is here. My goodness. And now Hardy, flurry of offense, she got silent on me.
Well, that's because I'm damning. Oh, for God's sake!
We're obviously not happy with the Big Show making the sneaky tag.
Here we go, gonna try and get some momentum. Come on, guys.
Well, Hardy on the top rope looking for that swanton, and for God's sake.
Whew, that was close.
What do you mean that was close? Big Show grabbing the leg. Oh my God, a 400-pound code breaker.
Oh, you better get up.
And Hardy on the top rope with the swanton to the Big Show.
3.
Oh, for fuck. Oh.
And Jeff Hardy and Y2J are victorious.
Ah, for God's sake.
Well, you're obviously not happy.
You're damn right I'm not happy. I've just seen my team lose. Well, it doesn't matter because you can see here tonight for yourselves, the main event, Triple H and CM Punk, they're going to beat the hell out of each other, so this means nothing.
Well, I would disagree with that because I think this means everything. The first match of the night, and Hardy and Jericho show that NLW can work as effectively as a team. Well, there's the Swanton Bomb and Hardy picking up the victory, and the Big Show and Seth Rollins are at odds now. You got anything to add to this? No? Just gonna bury your head there? Oh, bless. Well, NLW victorious to kick off the evening, and it's a second victory in the pipeline.
Damn it!
Well, it's a second victory I was going to say before you interrupted me.
Oh, shut the hell up.
Anyway, don't you have somewhere to be? I've got to
Oversee this damn women's contract signing or something. I'm so annoyed.
I'm glad, quite frankly, because NLW are victorious, and this is the right track. They're on the right track heading into WrestleMania, and I'm glad about that. We just got to get CM Punk and Triple H on the right track. Well, here's something that's not been on the right track. The commissioner's leaving me now. There was this past week on NLW where Charlotte qualified for WrestleMania, cheating by using the title belt on AJ Lee, and then AJ Lee this past week on Metal assaulting Charlotte. And if this past week was anything to go by, this contract signing is going to be chaotic as hell.
Despite the problems I've been having with the board of directors here in No Limits Wrestling, I am contractually obligated to oversee the contract signing proceedings here tonight. And at WrestleMania, history is going to be made not only when the NWO take control of No Limits Wrestling, but also when a women's champion will be crowned for the first time ever. So, I'm going to introduce to you right now the first woman who is going to be competing for that title at WrestleMania. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to do it with flair. From Charlotte, North Carolina, this is Charlotte.
And this woman who last week got a standing ovation, however this week it's a much different response for Charlotte Flair, the daughter of Ric Flair. And now she is about to make her way to the ring for this contract signing. Arguably, it should be AJ Lee, and certainly AJ Lee feels that way after Charlotte used the title belt to her advantage last week. And now she's here for this contract signing tonight.
And her opponent for the Women's Championship at WrestleMania. She's given No Limits Wrestling a lethal dose of Stratusfaction. This is Trish Stratus.
And a much more positive response for the woman who, like the commissioner said, has given NLW a lethal dose of Stratusfaction. And that is something that Charlotte's going to have to watch out for at WrestleMania. And Trish Stratus, unlike Charlotte, did deserve to win her matchup. However, it wasn't the most clear-cut of victories. After all, Maria Kanellis, arguably in some people's minds, felt that she put on the better performance. However, it was Trish Stratus who got the 1-2-3, and she is the one going to WrestleMania, not Maria. So after all, the 1-2-3 is the thing that you got to watch out for, and well, they're about to sign the contract.
Now ladies, I ain't got all day. Let's sign this contract to make the match official.
And you can feel the atmosphere here. This is the biggest matchup in both of these women's careers at WrestleMania for the Women's Championship. Trish Stratus has signed the contract, and now all that has to do is for Charlotte to sign it, but she's not signing it, and what the hell? Well, I know what this music is. It's for the First Lady of Professional Wrestling, the woman that Trish Stratus beat to go to WrestleMania, but what on earth is Maria doing out here? It's almost as if Charlotte knew this was going to happen. And Trish feels that way as well, and well, Maria Kanellis probably feels that she should be the one going to WrestleMania. After all, some people feel she put on the better performance, and well, Charlotte knew she was going to come out here. And oh my God! Oh, for the love of God, what a chair shot to Charlotte! AJ Lee again for a second time with that Black Widow on the table, and the contract hasn't even been signed, and AJ Lee is shit. Oh my god, somebody's
You're
gonna
out
get
of
her
your
off.
mind? Christ's sake, get a hold of yourselves. And No Limits Wrestling claim that this women's division had respect. All I see is a sea of violence, but that's the style that I like. It's clear that AJ Lee was screwed out of her chance last week, and arguably Maria should be the one going to WrestleMania. After all, she took Trish Stratus to the limit and certainly put on the better performance in that matchup. So Charlotte didn't necessarily sign the contract, so the matchup is up in arms. I am proposing next week it is Charlotte and Trish Stratus teaming up together to take on Maria Kanellis and AJ Lee. If Charlotte and Trish Stratus win, then their match at WrestleMania is set in stone, Charlotte versus Trish Stratus. However, if AJ Lee and Maria Kanellis win, then the woman from that team who gets the pinfall in that matchup will be added to the match to make it a triple threat. You got one last chance, ladies. Take it.
Well, my god, this women's division is heating up fast. And AJ Lee and Maria Kanellis both have a huge opportunity on their hands. And how are they going to even be able to coexist as tag team partners when both of them want to go to WrestleMania? Only one of them can, if anybody. And Trish Stratus and Charlotte, how the hell are they going to work together? Well, Charlotte and Trish, if they win, their match remains one-on-one. However, if AJ and Maria, if one of them gets the pinfall, then they're going to be added to the triple threat match. And look at this. Just a sea of bodies here. And everybody trying to keep these women from tearing each other apart, and WrestleMania got a hell of a lot more interesting. Well, speaking of WrestleMania, Ambrose and Shawn Michaels are going to be on opposing teams at that big event, but tonight, Dean Ambrose has his one-on-one in-ring debut, and it couldn't come against a better opponent than the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels of the NWO. That's tonight.